Putin is doing a lot of threatening to use nuclear weapons. Now he's threatening to attack Poland because there's going to be a missile base there, probably. None of this would have happened. None of it. Had Putin, not the Russian people, but had Putin not wanted to steal Ukraine for the sake of partially restoring the borders of the Soviet Union. Okay? Everything else was just made up. Just made up. Not true. Okay? He doesn't like it all these countries join NATO. Well, you only join NATO. First off, joining NATO is expensive. You have to increase your spending on defense to 3%, and a lot of people were well below that. And you have to standardize your arms. So maybe you have to get rid of some weapons and then buy new ones that match the standard. Okay? So it's not easy to join NATO. It's an unwanted expense and challenge and difficulty. But because people were afraid of what Putin would do, they joined NATO. And then he blames NATO for accepting new wonders. Well, for Christ's sake, no wonder, okay? And then he goes ahead and attacks Ukraine just to steal it, to restore the borders of the glorious Soviet Union. If he would just have stayed in his borders, no one else would have joined NATO, okay? Let's get that straight. There wouldn't be any missile bases planned for Poland. There wouldn't be American forces stationed forward. Okay? None of that would have happened. So if Putin just goes home, get your people home, all of this will stop. He can quit saber rattling about nuclear weapons. He has, over 1 million casualties now? His economy is in the toilet? It's not even in the toilet. It's in the sewer below the toilet. It's all his fault because he wanted to steal Ukraine to restore some of the borders of the Soviet Union. Everything else was a lie. There are no Nazis. Ukraine was not militarized before he had it militarized because he attacked it. Ukraine was not preparing to attack Russia. Okay? There's some yo-yos in Ukraine running around with swastikas on their arms. But that's the only other... There's no other evidence, if you want to call it. There are no other indicators of Nazism in Ukraine, despite everything that pig Lavrov is saying all the time. If just go home, everything will go back to normal. It's expensive to have American forces in Europe, and we have enough expenses as it is. Just go home, quit threatening, put a lock on your nuclear weapons, and it'll all go back to normal.